time for questions. I want to talk about a very fascinating report of an LSD experience, as Oliver Sacks wrote it up in his fascinating book, Hallucinations. And he talks about someone who has an LSD experience, goes through various details of it, and then gets to this part. I'm skipping part of it, but then I left my body and hovered in the room above the whole scene. Then found myself traveling through a tunnel of beautiful light into space and was filled with a feeling of total love and acceptance. The light was the most beautiful, warm, and inviting light I ever felt. I heard a voice ask me if I wanted to go back to Earth and finish my life, or to go into the beautiful love and light in the sky. In the love and light was every person that ever lived. Then my whole life flashed in my mind from birth to the present, with every detail that ever happened, every feeling and thought, visual and emotional, was there in an instant. The voice told me that humans are love and light. That day will live with me forever. I feel I was shown a side of life that most people can't even imagine. I feel a special connection to every day, that even the simple and mundane have such power and meaning. Okay, that's the end of the quote. That's reported by Oliver Sacks, though he didn't have the experience himself. What's striking is this experience has many of the hallmarks of a near-death experience: a life review, an out-of-body experience, traveling through a tunnel of light, traveling toward a light, pleasant feelings, deceased people, and the subject experienced it as powerfully meaningful and transformative. Yet it was induced by a drug, LSD, and he knew this, both as it was happening and when he reflected on it in the retelling. This man's awareness of the physical explanation of his experience does not seem to have diminished its significance for him in the least. And we can understand the significance by noting that the story it tells is very similar to the story of NDEs. After all, we call LSD experiences trips. An LSD experience is indeed a trip from the known to the unknown, and thus also shares this feature with NDEs and with life. The story told by an LSD experience, and in particular, the experience related to Oliver Sacks, is strikingly similar to the story of an NDE, as I have